Hey everyone, this is Jasmine coming back with another video. Last week I talked about slowing down and I had not been on line for a while, and I am now only posting one video a week, and I'm going to do a longer video so that there's more content in what I'm saying, quality in the content. I am also going to start including this. Please like or share if this is going to be very helpful to you. If you have not subscribed, I would like to invite you to subscribe. I am going to share a goal that I have. I am wanting to grow my channel and the number of people to 1,000. And I say that because I know that's when content is looked at differently through YouTube, and I'm sharing that because I realize I have been holding back because I didn't want to look like I was trying to be or do someone. But now, as I speak on the topic today of self-awareness, I'm going to just walk into who I am, because that's who I am. So, with all of the pieces of paper rattling, I want to share a statistic. Only 15% of people are truly self-aware, and this is how you can change it. And this is from Dr. Tasha Eurich. So self-awareness, it is the ability to see ourselves, to understand who we are, how others see us, and how we fit into the world. The reason why I'm sitting out here in the beautiful sun, rattling papers and not making this perfect, is because I am not a perfect person. And guess what? I want to honor that. I know that there are some things that I should do or could do, or maybe that would be more popular to do. But one thing I understood in this process for being myself is, if it's not who I am, it's not authentic. So I am going to share this. So Dr. Tasha, she's an organizational psychologist, and what happens in her research is that 95% of people claim to be self-aware, but her research shows that only 10 to 15% of people actually fit the criteria for self-awareness. So I share what self-awareness is. Again, the ability to see ourselves clearly, to understand who we are and how others see us, and how we fit into the world. So this is what she has found that can help improve self-awareness. So here are the 4 tips. Yes, I am reading it right from the page. So the first tip is to ask what, not why. So Dr. Eurich recommends changing your approach. Rather than asking why, ask what. For example, if you make a decision that does not go out as planned or does not go as planned, your first question might be, why did this happen? However, Dr. Tasha says the better question to ask is, what have I learned and what can I do differently next time? So tip number 1 is ask what, not why, to increase your self-awareness. Number 2 is to practice self-awareness check-ins. Here's some questions that you can possibly ask on a daily basis. What went well today? What didn't go well today? And what can I do differently tomorrow? So you can run these questions through if you're running or going to work, while you're wrapping up the day, right before you go to sleep, or anytime you have a few moments to spare in your time. And she says by practicing self-awareness briefly but consistently, you can establish an ongoing habit. And then the result is that you'll begin to identify patterns and develop a clearer picture of who you are and what you want to achieve. So that is step number 2. You want to practice self-awareness check-ins. Tip number 3, get trusted and honest feedback. So self-awareness involves what Dr. Eurich calls a more holistic understanding of ourselves. There's only so much that we can see clearly about ourselves on our own. When it comes to external self-awareness, you need to get outside of your head and embrace vulnerability. This one is a really important one, as the others are. And for this one, transparently, this is where I am moving more into getting that trusted and honest feedback, because feedback, I have been doing the training, and it is something that people take as a negative connotation. So one, we don't always solicit feedback, and then we don't always want to give feedback because one, we don't feel like it's something that either we're prepared to do, or we feel some people don't, they see feedback as a confrontational situation. So feedback is sometimes daunting for people, but that is one of the tips that we can raise our self-awareness. Get trusted and honest feedback. So you can ask me why your honest feedback. You can hate this this view that I have looking down on a camera, which I don't typically do, but I like the sun, so I want you to look at that. But give me your honest feedback. If you're like, Jazz, that's a no, or Jazz, I mean, maybe so, but give me your honest feedback. I would say trusted, but if I can trust your feedback, I'll take it. So that was tip number 3. And then tip number 4 is to identify and leverage your strengths. Improving self-awareness is not about confronting shortcomings, though it is a piece of the larger process. Self-awareness is equally about identifying what you excel at and then using these insights to achieve higher performance. So in other words, self-awareness is a skill that helps you maximize your strength. And this is one area that I wanted to speak on specifically, because in December of 2023, I took another assessment called the DISC assessment and the flight assessment through Thomas & Thomas Company, and that's Dr. Eric Thomas. It was so very enlightening for me. I've taken it before, but it was something, I think, in the way that I've done my healing work and have been on the path, that being able to see my assessment this time and to be able to identify and leverage my strengths. It was a 19-page assessment, but I wanted to share some of the results with you, because in the assessment, it shows your motivation. And so this is motivation for me that helps me to keep me motivated. The reason why I'm sharing authentically and right from the page is that as I look at my strengths and things that motivate me, I have started changing how I interact, one, with myself and with other people, so that I can stay more aware of who I am authentically. So the following things that you may want in your surroundings to feel optimally motivated are time management for me. Allow yourself sufficient and realistic timetables that consider the planning and production time required to meet internal quality standards. Be cautious of taking constructive criticism too personally. Your emotional nature may lead you to rely on feelings more than facts when making decisions. Be mindful of others and be kind. Remember that learning to follow comes before learning to lead. Be aware that you might show up as significantly more or less sociable depending on the people you are with. Be mindful of offering unsolicited advice. I've been learning that. Control your energy and ensure that you remain in harmony with the goal, mission, and your team. My actual work team for my 9-to-5 job has changed, and the position that I'm in now, I promise you, it's more aligned with my motivations and other things. The reason why I wanted to share this with you, because I am sharing about the workbook that I have coming out, Healthy by Design, and that time management piece, that's been helpful for me, because I am being aware of the internal qualities that I have. While this is an independent project of my own, I'm not just wanting to put something out there just to put it out there. One of the things that I'm going to offer with the Healthy by Design workbook are workshops, and then an opportunity for people to take the assessment themselves, because I'm now a certified coach to administer the assessment. But bringing it all back to self-awareness, I want to talk about the bottom line. Bottom line, self-awareness is an ongoing learning process that leaders and people at any level can tap into to improve personal fulfillment, leadership prowess, and organizational success, and for your personal life. So again, you want to be in that 15, and we want to increase that statistic of 15% of people only that are really truly self-aware. So here are the 4 tips again. Ask what, not why. You want to practice self-awareness check-ins, get trusted and honest feedback, and identify and leverage your strengths. So again, if you'd like to take the assessment once this workbook comes out, feel free to get on the wait list. I am looking forward to having the book ready in just a little bit. The goal is now October, the fall, so pre-orders will start hopefully before that, but you can log on to hbdbook.com to join the wait list, and then that will ensure that you'll be in the know. And also, once the workbook comes out, if you are interested in having your own, it's called the flight assessment, and knowing your superpower, you can do that. So again, thank you for sharing a different space with me. And I know this is a little awkward, but my vitamin D, I'm habit stacking too. I'm getting my vitamin D in too. So as I'm being more self-aware, I can sit in the house all day asking what could I do differently where I can meet the goal that I had to record a video today, but also be in nature, as well as allow my melatonin skin to absorb some vitamin D. So what can you do differently to increase your self-awareness, and when will you start? All right, until next week.